also known as Epiphany Poetic. As it says in Joshua 1:9, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord, your God, will be with you wherever you go. Today I want to invite you into my garden, where petals are the tender moments and the power is what grows when you choose to bloom anyway with yourself and God. For my first poem, I would like to present God's Green Pastures. I wove in a basket of flowers, preparing for spring. Spring didn't come too quick enough. I resorted to cutting my roots, dehydrating my flowers, watching them wither and die, while I watered someone else's flowers. I began to understand I poured so much water into so many gardens, but when I turned and looked at mine, it perished. Dry, brittle, no longer vibrant, colorful, or lively. I got so caught up in creating beautiful gardens for others, when I looked at mine, there was nothing left. Instead of planting seeds in the ground, I held them in my hand, contemplating whether I should swallow them, just so I could finally grow. I thought I was serving God's green pastures so he could restore my soul, but when I stepped closer to that garden, my own understanding took over. Without reading the proper instructions, my flowers were bound to die anyway. I put my own understanding over God's, and now my garden is dying. I was so caught up in what I did, I didn't realize I was engaging in idolatry. All my efforts, all my pain, resorted back to me. In a broken place, I couldn't let go. I kept watering flowers that wouldn't grow, feeling I wasn't doing enough for other gardens, forgetting that my own is more than enough. Because God said, I am enough. It's in our weakness that God's power is made perfect. 2 Corinthians 12:9. Even as my garden withers, God will use the broken petals, the dried up roots, the fallen hope to restore and renew. He planted that seed from the beginning of my growth. It's taken me now to realize my garden never really truly withered. By watering someone else's garden, I covered my vision, but my own was always there, beautiful, vibrant, colorful, in the green pastures. For God will restore my soul and heart and make my garden bloom again. My second poem that I'll be presenting is Peace Beyond the Waves. I thought I could walk on water, but I let the waves envelope me instead. My walk with God, stillness in a storm. While my chair remains steadfast, intact, I'd rather sit in rushing waters, wait for God, than for those who will fail. For I know God will never abandon, while worldly souls continue to bail. I'll sit in these rushing waters for as long as I can, maybe until I'm dead, knowing God will transform this storm into a sunlit day, and the waters will be calm. I'll sit here in this chair, letting God take control, embracing his power, trusting his grace, for at the end of this raging storm, God is going to send peace and calm. Thank you for letting me share my petals and flowers today.